What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Meathead Podcast. Joining me, as always, is my man, Big Mike Cox, tonight representing Franco Santoriello. In the chat, who is he? When did he turn pro? If any of you know that, you get 20 extra points. And of course, Chris Pantano, future IFBB pro. Yes, he does sound a lot like Jose Raymond, but he's not Jose. He's his own person, I promise. So we might get into other topics, but let's start with our craziest workouts ever. And I never let Mike go first. I want to let Mike go first for once. He grew up in a very, very blue-collar place, Cleveland, Ohio. Had to be some hardcore gyms and just crusty, cranky meatheads. So what was if there's one workout or a couple workouts that really stand out, Mike, the craziest workouts of your life, what comes to mind?
So Cleveland was great, but I was still kind of young. So my journey took me to Toledo, Ohio, about 2 hours west of Cleveland. I was lucky enough, Ron, to join a gym called the Fitness Stop. It was homemade equipment. It was owned by a Mr. Ohio. His name was Tom Long. And I met two of my best friends there. I was working there. They just decided to come in and not pay. That's how we met. They just said, screw it. But we were young meatheads, and that was around 93, 94 when Dorian was doing his thing. So we were all like monkey see, monkey do, heavy duty, drop sets. So we decided we would just do outlandish shit. Like one of the leg workouts around was, drop sets for everything. So we would train late at night so nobody was there. Set the squat rack, leg press, and hack squat. And imagine, these aren't like the very smooth, awesome stuff we have now. This is old school, like you can see the ball moving up and down the equipment, like that no give type shit, right?
Yeah. So
we're here warm up 135, 225, 315. I'm not very strong, but two other guys, John and Brad, are super strong. So they would do 405. John would do 505. So it's 405, do drop set, 405, 315, 225, 135. Leg press, there's about 8 plates on each side. Do your set, take one plate off, take one plate off, take one, so there's one plate. Hack squats, we only did 3 or 4 plates, take it off, each one at a time. That was one round. We did 3 of those. That was the dumbest shit I've ever done in my life. Like when you get a leg sore, I can to this day, even when your legs get really sore, it feels like, a really sore shot in your leg or in your shoulder. That's what it felt like for like 7 fucking days, right? It was just, but when you're young like that, like you don't think, you think that's what you need to do to grow. Listen, the form, when you're doing that kind of, it's not great on squat. And when you're doing 225 and doing drop sets, your third round, it's not the best form. But I think, dude, sometimes you got to do some wacky shit. Like, I don't know if people do crazy shit like that now. You remember 10 sets of 10? Like, that was pushed for a while.
German volume training, they called it.
Yeah. I remember doing that for calves. Just 10 sets of 10. Or hamstrings, right? Just crazy shit like that. Yeah.
Do you remember centuries?
No.
Do you know what
those 100 rep sets?
Yeah, well, you had to do so. Eric Fankhauser, I don't know if he invented them or he's just the first person to ever talked about them in MD years ago when I was doing his column with him. You're supposed to do 1 plate for 10 reps. This is all with no rest somehow, just enough time to put plates on. 2 plates for 20, 3 for 30, and so on until theoretically 10 plates on each side for 100 reps. And then it gets stupider in theory because I don't think any human being's ever done this. Supposedly, then you're supposed to go all the way back down, 9 for 90. And it ends up, I think I did the math, and I don't remember. It was like 6,000 reps or something.
That's insanity.
And I don't know if anybody ever actually completed that as it's laid out. I would be very surprised. But yeah. So Chris, I have a feeling it's all going to be leg stuff with us. The crazy leg workout. Let's see if you prove me wrong, Chris.
There have been a lot of crazy workouts that I've had over the years. I mean, a lot. A lot of the ones that I've had crazy workouts, were usually involved like shoulders or chest. But I mean, there was a lot of leg workout ones too. To kind of piggyback on the 10 sets of 10, I remember I went and trained quads. It really just should have been squat day because I remember I went to Greater Boston Fitness and I squatted 495 for 10 sets of 10. And it took me about an hour and a half. And my legs, my glutes, my adductors, they were just fried. And then like the next day, my lower back was just tight. And I had to take like 2 or 3 days off from training because I just couldn't move. That was a good one. Another one when I was training at Choice Fitness, I squatted 585 for 10. I squatted 675 for 7 or 8 reps. And then I did 765, which I walked out, which was 7 plates each side. I did for
That's 8.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, that was right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 2. I did that for 2 reps. And the reason why I stopped that set short was because I was wearing these obnoxious, like neon pink and black, like leopard print leggings. Yeah. And I didn't wear underwear. So I went down the hole with the 765 and my pants just blew open.
Oof.
What?
And I will tell you this, man, that second rep after my leggings just burst open, I squatted that rep so fast up and I walked it in. I had a bench that I was sitting on to like wrap my knees and stuff. I just like sat on the bench and tried to like cover myself up. One of the kids walked by, I go, "Hey man," I go, "Do you have any shorts in your trunk or anything?" And he's like, "I don't know if they'll fit you." I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, I am not wearing underwear. My leggings blew open. So he got me these shorts. They fit like powerlifting briefs. They were so tight on me, but at least it got the job done. And then there was one workout I was training at, it was called the Compound, which was a gym that opened up right before COVID in Haverhill and then closed down because of COVID. It was very unfortunate, but I had some crazy lifts in there. And there was one day where I was doing sort of like a powerlifting style training. This was back in 2019. And I was doing seated barbell military presses. I did 315 for 20.
What?
365 for 10.
Sure.
And then 405 for 3. And that was
insane.
I loved military pressing and stuff, but it just feels so barbaric, just like lifting it up, you know. And to give the viewers kind of a little context, like if you watch Branch Warren, how we kind of military presses, that's sort of how I mimicked. And so I would touch the bar.
Like an incline almost?
Yeah, but I would touch the bar to the top of my chest and yeah. And then there was another time we were in there because every time we went there on Fridays, they always had like film crews there and they did like promo videos for the gym. And we called it Compound Fridays. It was really fun, actually. There was another time I was doing flat bench, which I was a big flat bencher for a while, not so much anymore. But this one particular workout I did 405 on flat for I think like 12 or 13 reps, 455 for 7 or 8. And then I did 495 for 3, and those ones were touch and go. So these were like some just crazy lifts that I had. And then there was one other workout for back, and it was like trying to mimic like the Ronnie Coleman style back workout. So I remember doing like bent over barbell rows with 405. Like 10 to 12 reps was usually pretty easy for me, and still kind of is. And then I would do like the T-bar rows with like the 9 plates on the bar, and I had like throw a bunch of dumbbells and shit on the back. And then I remember I did did the rest of my like movements, like some pull downs and stuff. And then I ended with rack pulls at the knee. And I had, I think like 700, 800 pounds on the bar, like dead last. And I remember like it was the 6th or 7th rep, and I was pulling up and my right lifting strap snapped. And I swung back and I ended up blacking out, and I just collapsed on the ground. And that was another really, really good one. And then there was another time, it was another leg day. I got blood work done in the morning and ate some food and didn't rest like I should have. And I remember I squatted 405 for 20 reps. And I like blacked out and just collapsed into the rack, and it was the rack with the pegs in it. So I literally like came to like sucked over the rack, and I'm like, that probably wasn't the brightest thing to do.
Dude. I was kind of hoping that tight story would end would have you shitting your pants. That would have been funnier, but I didn't want you to shit your pants.
Well, I've done that quite a few times. I remember I was training at Greater Boston Fitness, and I remember I did like a top set with front squats with 500 pounds for like 6 or 7 reps, and I totally shit my pants on that set. And then there was another time I was training at Prime in Oxford, and I had my wife filming the set, and I sumo pulled like 585 for like 8 or 9 reps. And I just, I put the bar down like, ever so gently. And then I just like walked over to my wife. I'm like, shit my pants, be right back. And I just like casually walked into the bathroom. So that's happened quite a few times too.
Since we're on the topic of shitting your pants. So Greater Boston Fitness, I caught something. I don't know the whole medical name, but C. diff is the short name for it.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
I forget the thing off the top of my head. I just know.
C. diff is these bacteria multiply in your colon like billions of them every hour, and you cannot stop shitting your brains out.
It comes out like a chocolate fountain. Like
you actually, if you don't get it treated, if you don't get on not just regular antibiotics, you need like the strongest antibiotics, the most that they have. You'll die within a few days.
Yep. Yeah.
And I just thought I was I still kept training, and I would have to run to the bath, and I barely made it. In the like week before I started, I had it for like a week. I probably shit my pants 5, 6, 8 times, something like that in that span, because you just can't make it. If you're driving, I'm like, there's a Dunkin' Donuts. I gotta get it. Anyway, man, did either of you ever try? You know how Milos does those giant sets of like 9, 10 exercises in a row? Did either of you ever try that?
I never did that. But like kind of going back to that leg press thing that you were talking about, where like it was like the century sets or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I remember I saw Trevor Birch. He did this leg workout one time, and it was like leg press. It was like one plate, but it was like 10-second negative. Then it was like 2 plates for like 9-second negative, and you went all the way up and then went all the way back down. It was all slow tempo stuff. And I puked. I literally finished, and I had to run to the bucket and puke on that one. I trained shoulders one time with Jose Raymond at Greater Boston Fitness, and I puked during that.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because I'm like I rest 3 to 5 minutes for like top sets or heavy sets, and he's pretty quick.
Quick.
Yeah. And we were doing like these different intensifiers for like lateral raises and stuff, and I like took way too much stimulants to try to keep up with them, and it backfired. I'm like I'll be right back, and I had to run and just throw up.
Yeah.
The giant says that if you have a gym to yourself, it's great. But theoretically, it's impossible to do at a commercial gym. Like where I go now, I go train between 4:30 and 6 in the morning. So there's really nobody there. And on Saturday mornings, it's just me alone. So I can do like supersets. Even now at this advanced age, like legs, I do a leg extension. They've got a old school knotless leg extension. Wow. Next to like a hips press, next to a kind of like the Arsenal leg press.
Oh.
So do all 3 in a row. But even now, man, it's a different feel when you're older like this. Like the pump isn't as great, but you still get fucking exhausted. But it's so humbling now using weights that maybe girls might use sometimes. Like I squatted 185 a couple weeks ago, and I was ecstatic on the I saw you doing it, Ron, on the safety bar. So I'm like, well, fuck that. If Ron's doing it, I can fucking do it. So ego takes over. I was miserable. My back hurt like a motherfucker. But it's just I don't get that feeling of like heavy weight anymore. You know what I mean? Like, here, Chris, hearing you talk about that shit, I was getting fucking like I was ready to go, bro. I'm like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? But you just don't get it anymore. You don't get those wins at the gym because you're so beat up and you're old. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I got a pump the other day in my legs. I was walking like, you know how you walk when your legs are pumped? I was walking at the gym proud as shit, man. I got a leg pump finally. It's the little stuff. But you know, I read one time, and I did 1 set of bent rows every hour because I had a weight set in my home. Chris Dickerson said he did it, or someone wrote that Chris Dickerson did that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, fuck. Some of those things, though, man, they're just not meant for regular people. Like I did Gaspari's arm workout at 15 years old. It was 25 fucking sets.
Well, what was Rich Piana had like an 8-hour arm workout, didn't he?
Yeah, like gain an inch in your arms for 8 hours.
Oh.
Like FST7. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
I was actually going to ask you guys, so have you guys ever tried SST? I believe Patrick Tor created this.
I heard of it.
I don't. Can you explain it? Because I don't think I've ever really understood what it is.
So it's awesome. It's basically like every type of intensifier that you can kind of think of, and it's just one all-out set. So I love to do this on like a leg extension or like a seated leg curl for hamstrings. But what you would basically do is you work up to your top weight, which you want to try to get anywhere between like that 5 to 8 rep range. And you do that set to failure. And then it's a 10-second count and you do a rest pause. And then you do the same weight again, as many reps as you can to failure. Then you drop the weight down. And then it is a quick 1 second positive, and then it's a 5 second negative. And you would do that, until failure. Then you drop the weight again, and then it's a 5 second concentric, 1 second eccentric. And then you could add one more part to it. You drop the weight again. You just do partials. I was always cooked after that last drop with the 5 second concentric.
Chris, do you do your own training, or do you have somebody do your training for you?
So this past off season, I had Mike Condell kind of give me some insight with his training because we train very similar. And then I kind of adjusted that because he trains a little more frequency and a little bit lower volume. I'm not a high frequency guy. Like I just don't recover well. Yeah. So I do my own training. I've been doing my own training for a few months. And I'm kind of like one body part a day. Like I'll do glutes and hamstrings, chest and triceps, back by itself. Then I'll do quads, and then it's shoulders and biceps. Like that's my training split. Okay. And, I go by feel. Usually it's like I'll do a little bit higher amount of exercises just because I'm training once a week, but that's just what works for me really, really well.
And do you adjust that for prep, or you kind of keep that similar when you're on prep?
I train the same way when I'm prep. The only difference is like if I'm starting to becoming a little bit more tired and fatigued and the food's starting to get low and the cardio is up really high, I'll be smart about it. Like I may not go to failure on every set, like my working sets, which are usually 2 to 3 per exercise. I may leave the science basically like 1 or 2 reps in reserve, or I'll pull volume off. Like I might remove a set or something like that. But I do a good mix of like heavy explosive movements, and then I do a lot of other stuff which is much slower and controlled. Right. And either controlling that negative or the concentric, and maybe doing a little bit higher reps. The way I see it is I view lifting like sex, right? Like, you're gonna have that one position you love, but it's all really good. So you'd be stupid to not do all of it. That's why I train like different exercise, different rep speeds. Like sometimes you want to go nice and slow and smooth. Sometimes you just want to hate fuck it into oblivion. You know what I mean?
Good analogy, bro. That's a very good. That's good analogy.
How have you training? Yeah.
If I steal that, don't get mad at me. That's just too big.
Feel free.
This is Pantano. This was 24 nationals?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I'm starting real soon for me for this year.
For USA?
North Americans.
Well, North Americans, okay.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
Oh, damn, you're huge then.
So I am vertically challenged, horizontally gifted, as I like
to say.
Join
the club, bro. Make you feel good.
I can't believe I'm the tallest one here at 5'7.5". God, man, I need to go to like Indonesia or something. Then I really
you'd be a giant, dude.
Well, Malaysia is the shortest men in the world.
You'd be like Shaq over there.
His cat does card tricks, everybody. So
first time playing, he gets a 21. He hits like 3 times when statistically he probably should have busted. No, it beats me. It beats my ass.
Oh shit! Oh, there's a good pick from back in the day. That's Greater Boston Fitness from 10 years ago.
That's a crew right there.
Craig Ricker, rest in peace. Our buddy Chris Griffin, the goon there, and the powerlifter. Matt Puglia, Chris Pantano, Mo's son, Malika, I think is his name.
Yeah, Malika, yeah.
You know who that is on the right?
James Mariano. He's from New York. Good. He's a good friend of mine.
Okay, yeah. He looked familiar. I couldn't think of it. Yeah. All right, it's time for me to tell my story, just to get it out of the way of my most intense workout. It was a dark and stormy night No, so this was 2010 in Birmingham, England. I was on a red-eye flight all night with like Phil Heath, Jay Cutler was on that flight, the late Andy Hammond, a bunch of us, because there was only one flight a day from Newark to Birmingham, a direct flight. Anyway, long story short, I get the plane pulls in at like 7:30 in the morning. I was supposed to meet Dorian at like 9:30. So I grabbed some shitty like chicken salad, pasta salad, because I didn't have food. I didn't bring food with me back in those days. I was an idiot. And then I headed off got a taxi, went to the gym. He ended up being like 2 hours late. I hadn't slept at all. And I'm waiting around, and I had like a Perillo bar or something. So I ate another bar. So when he shows up, you know, he gives me his whatever it was called, but his pre-workout back then it tasted like ass. I don't know what it was called. It was horrible, but it worked. It had plenty of caffeine in it. Anyway, so this was I have like a little 2-minute clip from the workout. So I skipped past the first leg extensions. You could see he was just messing around. That weight was like nothing for him, even at, you know, significantly smaller than he was during his heyday. I can't even count that high. So the reason this was the craziest workout was because Dorian, it's like the sets would never end. Every time I thought the set was over, he's like, do another one, do another rep, do another rep. I'm like, fuck. He was just merciless, and I was not going to punk out. You know, I didn't want to make excuses. Oh, I haven't eaten, I haven't slept. No, dude, this is, you know, Dorian had agreed to train me. I was going to take full advantage of it, and I was not going to give anything less than humanly possible. If I passed out or whatever, that's fine. He'd catch me before my head hit the concrete, I guess. But it was only about a 35-minute leg workout. It couldn't have been more. There's no way it was more than 40 minutes. And my legs were killing me for, I'd say a good week, maybe 8 or 9 days. Like touching them, they were like, ow, 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 walking, you know, squatting down to get on the toilet to take a dump. Everything was painful. And the worst part was I went there because they still have this Body Power Expo over there, I think, right?
I think Body Power is over there, right? Not FIBO. Was Germany.
Yeah, this was a Friday morning. And Body Power, no, I'm sorry, this was a Thursday morning. And Body Power was all day Friday and Saturday. And I was there with Giles. It's the first time I ever met Giles. And you know how much walking you do at expos.
You're also just on your feet all day too.
Oh yeah, there was no. Anytime I saw somewhere to sit, I would sit, but there weren't many opportunities. But you could see, man, he just would not. It's just merciless. My legs were like balloons. They were pumped up. It was ridiculous. So that was my toughest workout.
Dude, like that kept going on and on. But listen, Chris Cormier puked when he would train with Dorian. So
I was just gonna bring that up. He keeled over on the cobblestone.
Yes.
Maybe if I had more food in my stomach, I would have thrown up too. I don't think.
So was that harder than Branch's work than going with Branch?
Well, the workout with Branch was a totally different situation. He was here for Gaspari. He was under contract, and he was up here doing store appearances. And they had me sort of being his helper. He rented his own truck and everything, but I was like helping him set up and just helping him out at the appearances, getting food for him, whatever he needed. And we had done 2 appearances that day. I think we did one at Cardillo's place. What's it called?
His outdoor gym?
No, his supplement store.
Oh, ANC.
The American Nutrition Center. So we were in Everett, and then we went to the place Justin manages now, the Cape Cod Nutrition Corner in Easton.
Yep.
So my gym was in Stoughton, right next to Easton, for those of you who know Massachusetts geography. And of course, anytime I could bring people to that gym, like superstars, of course I brought people to that gym. I got Jose shot the chest part of the Boston Mass DVD at my gym with Flex Lewis. And I brought Hide there to train anyway. So by the time we get through eating and get over there, it's like 8:00 at night. This is late June, super hot, muggy. The AC was out in the gym, which, you know, Branch, he trains at Metroflex. There's no climate control there. But, you know, I'm a baby. I was like, oh my God. So I was sweating the minute I walk in there. Plus, I had eaten this it was like, I don't know, some kind of super crusted chicken. It was delicious, but it was fried. It was a really bad choice for a leg workout, pre-workout meal. So the thing about Branch, that people don't understand, Branch trains fast. He does not rest. If you're training with him, as soon as you're done, he goes, and as soon as he's done, you're supposed to jump right in there and go. It's like bam, bam, bam. So he did leg extensions, and his last set is a drop set, 50 reps with the whole stack. He takes maybe that much off the stack, does another 50. It's 100 reps. That's just like his warm up. And by the end of that, my quads are already starting to pump and burn. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm like, oh, this is really gonna suck. But I'm not gonna punk out in front of Branch. I'm not. I just can't. So he did. The only thing I did punk out on was we did leg presses after that. He did some drop sets. Those were a bitch. Then he went to squat, and my lower back was not doing well at the time. So I did hack squats. So I kind of took the easy road in that aspect. But it was one of the only leg workouts in my life where I really wanted to escape. Like I felt like going out the back door and texting him and saying, Branch, sorry, but I just couldn't. I couldn't finish. I was feeling so nauseated and everything. But yeah, Branch, I give Branch credit. People say his form sucks and everything. On a lot of things, it's very loose, but on legs, it's pretty controlled. You don't see him swinging and slinging weights around when he trains legs.
It works for him, though. People like there aren't armchair quarterback. It works for him, and he won 200 classic titles, and he got run up at the Olympia, right? So he's doing something. It's about you got to learn your body. Like I've seen guys train where you think there's no way that's working, but you see it works for him, right? That's why everybody like hyper criticizes everybody's training, but it works for them. Now, I'm out of the loop, but all the little isolation stuff. But you said, Chris, how many guys do bent over rows still? Like, yeah, that's some obscene weight used for bent over rows. Like that's a lot of shit. I thought 350. That's a lot.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends that are pros that still do the bent over rows. That's probably like my favorite movement for back. Anyways, I didn't do them for a little while, and I just added them back in my rotation. I mean, it's cool now because even now when I go up to 405, which is what I did last week, my form and control is way better than it used to be.
That destroys your back too. I think that's the best overall back movement, like bent over row. Like if I had to pick one thing, bent rows. For sure.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Ron, you should tell that story when you got to train with Ronnie. I remember being like a kid and looking at an MD and saw like an article. I think it was like a column you had in there where you were showing pictures of the workout. Yeah. And I was just like, oh man, what I would have done to train with all them.
I got to try to bring up the pictures. Yeah, so that was, people thought I sort of used my clout with MD at the time, which I had only been with MD like 5 years at that point. They thought I used to put it. This was a Ronnie Coleman weekend, and there was about 25 people. Interestingly enough, you know who Alex Cambronero is? Arnold Classic champ, Classic Physique. He also won the Masters Olympia. He was there with his wife Maggie, and they were kids. He was like maybe 150 pounds back then.
No way.
You would never have thought this guy's going to be a bodybuilding or Classic Physique superstar. And he actually was a really good 212 before he became. I'm trying to find the Ronnie one. So yeah, he would do these camps. He called the Ronnie Coleman workout weekend. I think he capped it at like 27, 28. It was under 30. It was always between like 25 and 30 people. So I think I counted 27 because I knew everybody. I interviewed everybody. I put them all. I got like 8 articles in MD out of that, or at least 6. It was a lot. Yeah. I wrote it up. I wish it had all been videotaped. I don't have any of that on video. To this day, that really bums me out. So the one day that we got to train with Ronnie, only 5 people got to train with Ronnie. Everyone else had to break up. He had like 3. He had Vicky Gates, and he had 2 of his friends, good friends, and they all took. I know I had it in. They all took a group of people, a group of like 5 or 6 people. And they pulled numbers out of a hat, so it wasn't favoritism or anything. I did get Ronnie. Was this the only picture I got? Jeez, I guess so. So anyway, yeah, it was February 2005. I'm going to share the screen here. It's the only time in my life now. Chris front squats 405 every day, but for me, that was the first and last time in my life I ever front squatted 405. Now I can see Ronnie's hands were on the bar.
Deep though. How deep you are, bro?
I thought he was in back of me just yelling, but I guess he was kind of He was probably helping a little bit, huh? But still, I would never have gone to 405. 315 for me was a lot on a front squat. 405 for me was a damn good amount on a back squat. But that just goes to show you, it's like that adrenaline rush where I'm not going to punk out in front of Ronnie Coleman.
You literally have the Ronnie Coleman like behind you, spotting you, like you're training in his gym when he was still like actively competing and just a total just behemoth of a human being. Like that is so cool.
Yeah,
That's a bucket list, dude.
Get this out. He was a 7-time Mr. Olympia at that moment.
That's insane.
And that fall, he won his 8th. I did have one more picture. Come on, Ron. The hack squat. So we didn't do leg presses. We did front squats, leg extensions, hack squats, leg curls. And then we went outside, of course, to the parking lot lunges. And I thought we were going to skip them. Like the whole time I'm thinking we're going to do the parking lot lunges, but it's raining. We're not going to go out in the rain, right? We went out in the rain. Those weights got destroyed, like caked in mud. Everybody just dropped because they encouraged us to drop them. At first I tried to put them down gently, and then Vicky laughed and said, "Just drop it." I'm like, "Oh yeah, here's the only other picture I have." Yeah. So Ronnie had, he used to take like 4 months off or 3 months off after the Olympia every year. No training, no gear, no training. I think he would eat like 3 times a day. This is how he looked after 3 months. He had only been back in the gym for 2 weeks at this point. Look how big he was.
He's bulbous.
And
that's a good word.
That 405 on front squats that was killing me. He just went boop, 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 boop. It was not a struggle for him at all, because I've seen him doing videos, 6 plates on the front squat.
Oh yeah. He's wearing those yellow leggings.
Yeah, he could get away with that.
I saw another picture that you just had up where I think it was you and Ronnie, and I think he was wearing either a Nutrition One shirt or Net Nutrition.
I got a lot of pictures here. Hang on.
Yeah, I saw it. It was like really close to the one you just showed.
There we go. Can you see it? Am I not sharing it anymore?
No, I see it.
I can't see it.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, let me bring it back. What is Nutrition One? I don't even know what that was. Was that I think that's the store we were at. It was on ComAv.
Yeah. So that was like near the Northeastern campus in Boston. Yeah. So I have a picture with him wearing the exact same outfit, because that was the first time I met Ronnie in 2003. I was 18 years old, like 150 pounds. And when I saw him in person, I just could not believe that a human being looked like that. Like that bicep vein was like a garden hose in his arm. And I got his DVD. I got his like book. I had it all signed. I got a picture with him. And I remember going home watching that video, and I was like, this is the secret. Grits and egg whites just mixed all together. And I would watch that movie. I would watch like whatever body part I was training. I would watch that part of the video like every single day for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And he was the first pro I ever met. And
one more Ronnie picture.
Yeah, man, that was just such a cool experience.
I wish kids now, or people that could have seen him in person. It's words. There are no adjectives to describe that. Like I saw him at the 01 Arnold, and we were in the 13th row. It was the most, I couldn't say anything. I was just sitting there like, you don't understand how a human being could look like that, how glutes could be that dug out and attached into your, like they just literally attached into the hamstring. We'll never see anything like that for as long as we live. That was the Michael Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe all rolled into one person. Like when people put those pictures on the internet, like they're comparing these guys now to him.
Yeah,
I'm like, stop, dude. That's just not fair. It's not fair.
I'm sure that there's guys bigger now. Like Big Ramy was bigger on the stage, but like they just did not have the proportions, the shape, the fullness. Like it. Oh, and that guy just was walking around like he just looked like a meat factory. He was just covered with slabs of beef. Like it was. It was
I'm gonna tell a quick story about this picture. So I didn't know he was coming to Boston for this. Did I? No, I don't think I. If I knew, I had forgotten, because I was like 4 or 5 weeks out from the New England. This is 2002. So this would be like April. Of course, I'm still going out clubbing on Saturday nights. I think I would go until 3 weeks out, and then I'll stop. Yes, rolling my ass off. So the night before, I'm at a club. It's called Royale now, but it's called the Roxy. It's where all
the Roxy was great back in the day. Then they had Matrix downstairs.
Yes. So the night before this, I'm at the Roxy, and I'm in the bathroom. And right as I'm walking out the bathroom, I see this giant brown arm, like a bulb, a massive tricep. And in my head, I'm thinking, who the fuck is that? Ronnie Coleman? As soon as I'm out the door, I'm like, oh my God, Ronnie, what are you doing here? He's like, the promoter, I'm here for a store appearance. The promoter took me here. And I was like, holy shit. And then I found out he was at this place. So I made an effort to get out there and see him. But of all people to be at the Roxy, he wasn't drinking. He wasn't on drugs. He was just, I don't know. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Same exact place, same spot. Look at you.
Yeah.
Baby face.
I was 18. I was like just getting into it. I was cheesing so hard. I was wearing a House of Pain shirt back in the day. Remember those things?
Yes.
Let's see. All right. It's enough with here's a good question. Raymond Jones says, have you guys done crazy workouts from other sports like CrossFit? Mike says no. Mike's not a CrossFitter. Yeah.
So there was one time I was out in California, and Brooke Walker and I did like a video shoot for Muscle Insider at Gold's Gym, Venice, and then we also did we literally did another shoot. I trained legs that day, then she trained back, and then we both trained shoulders together. Like hours later at Muscle Beach, like I was dead. And then we went to the iForce headquarters in San Diego, and the iForce just opened up a CrossFit gym in there. So they wanted us to do like a CrossFit type workout, which I looked at like the owner of iForce, Dave Nelson, and the trainer, I forget his name. I'm like, I am not doing anything like that. And he's like, well, what if we do like a hybrid workout? And I'm like, sure. So Brooke Walker was doing squats with a cambered bar, and she had chains attached to them as well. She had like, I want to say it was like 365, like on the bar that she was doing reps. She puked everywhere. And then for my turn, I was doing deadlifts, right? It was 405 on the bar, but then it was banded. So at lockout, it was about 605. And it was basically one rep every like 20 seconds or something like that. And I just had to keep going till I got 20 reps. My shins were bleeding everywhere, and then I just collapsed and puked everywhere as well. So that was one of the craziest workouts I ever did, because like I'm not used to like that CrossFit stuff. Like I'm sucking wind here.
Yeah.
And and I looked at Brooke, and I looked at Brooke. I'm like, this,
So my wife actually did exclusively CrossFit for almost 10 years. She went from bodybuilding she competed in her last bodybuilding show, 2008. And at that time she was trying to do both bodybuilding day workouts some days and CrossFit. And you can't, because the whole thing with CrossFit, for those who don't know, is you don't know what the workout's going to be until the night before they posted it, like on their website, or I guess now it would be social media. So you have no idea. So if you squatted in your bodybuilding workout on a Friday, you might have to come in and squat again on Saturday. So it just didn't make sense. So I let her do her own thing. And I'm like, I tried it. One time I tried it and I didn't even finish the workout. I just said, sorry, I don't like this. And I walked away. But about 5 or 6 years ago on Memorial Day. So on Memorial Day and July 4th and like Veterans Day, maybe, I don't know. They do Hero WODs, workout of the day. And they're named after like fallen soldiers, heroes. There's one called Murph that's very, very famous. I can't remember exactly the whole sequence, but you had to run, you had to do a bunch of push-ups, pull-ups. So anyway, the pull-up thing is what got me. I'm thinking I can do 1,000,000 pull-ups, but I did bodybuilding pull-ups, the strict and slow. They fly. They're doing them just reps. They're moving. And I realized if you got to do like 10 every minute on the minute or whatever it was, you can't do the strict ones. You'll never make it. You got to do the cheating reps. So I don't know how far into it I was when I felt pop was like, did I just tear my fucking bicep doing CrossFit? And it was a slight tear. There was a little bit of bruising. Couldn't train bis or back for probably about a month. But that's when I said, this is not, you can't just jump into CrossFit. A lot of bodybuilders think, well, I'm big and strong, you know, I do high rep squats, I can do it. No, dude, it's a whole other world.
Night and day different, dude.
It's a lot of endurance too. It's almost like it's the way I kind of look at it is it's almost like a not as heavy like strongman competition too with all the different implements because you're constantly moving and like those CrossFitters are no joke. Like you have some crazy muscular endurance, cardiovascular endurance to do that.
Makes my heart hurt just watching that shit. Like that's insanity. And is it, dude? Speaking of endurance, real quick, I saw this was 1990 at World Gym. I think I told you this. Jim Quinn was training with Tom Platz. It was right around the WBF time where it was kind of like you kind of like wired it together. So Jim Quinn's in a tank top. I'm 15. I'll be 16 in September. So I'm got my rag top on. You know, you kind of, you know, I did a couple shows. I'm training. Jim Quinn was a football player first.
Yeah. He
was using 85s on incline, you know, curl, like just like this, just nothing. Wow. Tom Platz, Ron, I swear to God, I've never seen a set like this in my entire life. You hear about Tom Platz and how he does all this shit.
Yeah.
He was doing this set of, I stared. I was a fanboy, 15. He's doing donkey calf raises on the machine. He does about 50 reps, right? Puts the pin in, drop set, another drop set, another drop set. Takes it back out, puts it at the bottom, static holds for a minute, lets it down. Somebody helps him back up, static holds. His set probably took a good 6 minutes to finish. Yeah. It was the most intense, and it was the whole Tom Platz with the hair and what you saw in magazines and the videos. It was the most insane thing I've ever seen. And he's like 5'4". He ain't a tall guy. Tom Platz is a little dude. He's not very tall at all. But it was just that just showed me what intensity really is. Like that was some wacky shit seeing that right like that, man. And Jim, like I said, I wish all these kids, you're so quick to talk shit about these guys and their physique because you can't see them. You can't see how big that human body really is in person. It's a different. When we were backstage, you were doing the interviews in Tampa. I remember Dexter walked past. I'm like, all right, well, ain't that whatever? Okay, I'm feeling myself. Then you see him backstage when you're interviewing him, and I didn't want to be weird, but I'm like, this motherfucker. His traps were like this, and it's just the illusion you got in the arms. It's just there's levels to this, physique wise and strength wise. Like Chris is at a strength level that is rare. Like you don't, if I see somebody squatting like 5 plates, I'm gonna look, much less like 7. You know what I mean? Like 5 plates in the gym is a lot. That's impressive, right? Yeah. But 7, if I was that strong, I would just go to like some like Planet Fitness and just load a bunch of shit on there and do like 1 set and just leave.
They don't have, there's no squat racks at Planet Fitness, so you couldn't do it.
That is true, right?
The Platz, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't he do like 405 for 50?
Yeah, he did 315 for 20. They said for 15 minutes.
Yeah,
or 10 minutes. Something.
I saw another video of Tom Platz. I think he did like 500 pounds for like maybe in the like 25 reps or something.
I remember that it was a contest or something like that way back in the day.
Yeah, he was wearing like that white like singlet. I remember because I watched that video and I'm like, I want to squat 500 pounds for that many reps. And I have a video way back on my Instagram. I squatted 495 for 21 or 22 reps. Yeah.
I think Jose did it for, I want to say like 30. Because remember, Palumbo used to do bros versus pros.
Yeah.
Money. So it's Jose versus some, non-pro squatting. I think I want to say he did 405 for like 27, 28 reps. But his brother Tito is actually much stronger pound for pound. He's like a fucking human ant.
Yeah. He's freakishly strong.
At the LA Fit Expo, they did like a deadlift. I think Derek Farnsworth, Tito, and I don't know who the third guy was. And it was 405 deadlift for as many reps. Whoever got the most reps wins. And I think Jose said did like 35, 36. He stopped because he just got bored and he had already like beaten everybody by 10 reps at that point, but he could probably kept going. Yeah.
Tito was the GOAT. He was like the man. back in the day. Like, he was the gold. I saw him backstage at the USA. Remember, like Dave Chappelle saw, Charlie Murphy said he saw like his aura. I saw Tito's aura. I was like crushed it, like a man crushed. I'm like Tito Raymond.
Yeah, I personally think Tito would have been if Classic Physique had come along earlier, because Tito's been natural for life. He never used gear. I think a little bit of gear, because he has a better structure. He was taller and he had more of a natural V taper. I think he would have been, if not Olympia champion in Classic Physique, he would have been right up there. He would have been amazing.
And he had it all. He had the good looks, marketable already. Muscle Tech loved him. Every muscle mag, he was in Muscle Mag every month. Yeah, it seemed like
he got a lot of covers. I remember.
Oh my God! Yeah, it was a time. Like, certain guys, they had those look like. Can you imagine if Bumstead was back in the magazine era? They would have, like, Blackman would have drooled and Weeder would have fought over him, man. Holy shit!
I mean, it also tells you how much of a study was that he ended up nabbing and marrying Amy Fadley.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You guys who don't know who Amy Fadley was, she was she won the Fitness America pageant, but she was like the it girl in fitness modeling throughout most of the 90s. She was on all kinds of covers, swimsuit issues.
Muscle Mag booth at the Arnold Classic.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, every young meathead lusted after Amy Fadley.
It was those, like her, Trish, Vicky Pratt, like those were just, it was a different era because it was monthly. Like, we didn't have 24-hour access. So, like, every month, I would remember, even when I would drive from Toledo to Cleveland, my mom would save my Flex magazine. So I'd come in, like, that's all I would do. Like, I would just sit, I would even unpack. I would just sit there, look at the Flex. Like, I would sit on the toilet for like an hour and a half with like 4 Flex magazines just over and over and over again. It was something about having that piece of paper in your hand. You know what I mean? It was just special.
I love the magazines.
Oh, dude, it was just different. Even a newspaper, I still like when I go home, like having that, like a regular newspaper in my hand.
I remember growing up specifically, there was like two girls in fitness that they always were advertised. It was Larissa Reyes was one of them, and it was another girl. I'm gonna butcher the name, but I want to say it was like Timia Mazharova.
Yeah, that's right. You got it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Those are like the only two I really remember from back in the day.
Those are the most important ones.
All right. Well, I think that we have to talk about this for like 10 minutes before we go. Martin Fitzwater. So, I know people think I hate Martin because, he screamed at Giles and whacked his phone and all this. I don't personally have anything against Martin. I think he's a troubled kid. I think he's very emotional. I don't know. I mean, it's sad to see him say something like this. I hate all bodybuilding media. They're all trash. I would have backed that up and said most of them are trash. And I agree with him. There are some outlets that all they talk about is who's got lumps and bumps, who's doing this pure negativity, TMZ, clickbaity stuff. Totally get that. Why I would be upset too. Like Discord was talking about lumping his lat the other day. And I'm like, that just looks like a friggin' regular doing a little bit of gear. You got to put it somewhere. Yeah. So I get that. But so Chris, you know him a little better than I do personally. I don't know him personally. So I wanted your perspective because you know the kid. So
I don't know him like, too much, but we've been around each other quite often when we were, when he was with Gasp and all the meetups and stuff. And he's been nothing but nice and, awesome to me. So I'm very much in good standings with him. One thing I do know about Martin is that he is very, very passionate about bodybuilding. Like, he loves the sport. So I think that, when it comes to this type of thing here, sort of what you were saying, Ron, there's a lot of media, there's a lot of bodybuilding outlets that you said that like to just talk about negativity. They talk about, they're stirring the pot with drama. And in my opinion, they're not really contributing much good to the sport. And I'm not going to speak for Martin on this, but I have a feeling that is kind of what he meant by that comment. And I'm sure he's not on there checking on every single outlet that's out, that's out there, because there are some really good ones. There's some great podcasts, great pages that cover bodybuilding. But I'm sure that's kind of what he was that he was referring to. I don't know. I don't actually know when he said, I hate all bodybuilding media. They're all trash. I don't know where he said that from. I don't know.
It was in an Instagram story. It was, how you can solicit questions from your followers.
Uh-huh.
So the question was like, do you watch bodybuilding podcasts or something? And he said, LMFAO, no. I hate all bodybuilding media. They're all trash. That's a direct quote. So he claims he doesn't watch any, but there are podcasts like there are some that have been very, very supportive of him. Like I've never heard Nick Strength and Power say anything but nice things about him. I've never heard Xavier Wills from Australia on desktop bodybuilding say anything but nice. And there's a guy, Christian Dukey. I don't know if you know who Christian is.
I don't.
Like, he's got a Strength Addicts. Christian Dukey. But he's been like a cheerleader. He's been, if anything, he's gone above and beyond, like praising him and saying he's going to kick everyone's ass at everyone's show. So I just wish he had backed that up and said, no, I don't hate all of them. I hate most of them. That's all. Because he's,
he probably could have elaborated more, but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, he's being honest with, with his fans and followers. I mean, he's got an opinion. I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with having an opinion. You know what I mean? If that's the way he feels, that's the way he feels. I don't think that he should be crucified over it. You know what I mean? Like people have said and done way worse publicly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's just got this. He's got this pattern now of what did he say? Didn't he say to Nick Walker on stage like "I hate you" or something? Am I imagining that? Didn't he say that?
When he was competing like on stage at this past Olympia.
I think it was. Wasn't it during the press conference? I can't remember if it was on stage during the press conference or actually competing on stage, but he said something.
I heard he was like shit talking to Nick like on stage, like while they were posing. I think it was the evening show, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's just little things. Because remember, it's been 4 years, but people still bring up him calling. He got very mad when Andrew Jack beat him at the 22 Texas. He said, "I got beat by a bag of chocolate milk." So. I guess he could have said a turd. That would have been worse. At least he called them milk. It's a delicious.
People are sitting here, flaming Martin over this, but it's like I don't mean to bring it up, but I think the whole Sarah Villegas thing, blasting Natalia for all that stuff. I mean, I think that's way worse, and that just looks like poor sportsmanship. You know what I mean? Because she lost, type of thing. And at the end of the day, like obviously people put their heart and souls into these preps, and they obviously no one's training for second place, and I mean Martin could have said so much more worse stuff than this.
I got you. All right, we'll give Martin a pass. I mean, he's in prep. We've all been on the diet and on all the prep gear, and it can mess with your head.
It can, but you have to I guess it's got to be hard for people not because of social media, right? It's hard not to read, probably not to read some comments for him, right? But at the same time, like I put in the group chat, this is a business. Like Martin has the potential to earn a lot of fucking money. He could be retired at 35 years old if you play this right with the amount of money he's making now. And amount of opportunities, right? All the media isn't bad. You just got to have some thick skin. But like, if you're going to call out certain people, just call them out. Say, Muscle Discord, you're an asshole. Like, call them out. Say what you got to say. We live in a space where online, where sometimes you just got to call a spade, bro. Like, he's a dick, period. Martin should say, hey, he's a dick.
Yeah. But
at the same time, you got to rein it in because you don't want to get that image. He's not a bad. There's no more bad boys. There's no more Craig Titus in prison, right?
I was just about to say, it's all like that drama between Craig Titus and King Kamali back in the day.
Right. That was awesome. Right? That was the most entertaining shit I've ever read in my entire life. I loved it, but it's just he's a meathead. But you just gotta think, right? You have to kind of in sports, and this, Chris, in sports, Boston sports media, I'm sure they're crucifying all these guys up there right now, right? But at the same time, it's just you have to. They're gonna say bad shit, and regular sports media is way worse than bodybuilding is at all, right? It's just night and day worse. They say terrible things about pro athletes in baseball, basketball, and football. But you just gotta calm it down, man. I get it, but it'll be like Sarah was way worse. I will admit that what Sarah did was way worse.
Yeah, I mean, to put a cap on it, a lot of these bodybuilding media, quote unquote, they own supplement companies, they're promoters. This sport is so, I hate to use the word incestuous, but it is. You can't burn bridges because everybody knows everybody. And you think you're never going to have to work with someone again or need something from them again. At some point, you're wrong. It all comes back around. Somebody that you're shitting on now, 5 years from now, you might need them for something, or you might need to partner up with them on some project or event, or you never know. That's why you shouldn't burn bridges. You shouldn't alienate people. That's all.
And to add to that, Ron, too, I think that there is some level of decorum that should be followed. And it's an industry, and in a way, you got to play the game.
Yeah, you really do. Yeah.
And like Fouad said, he could be Mr. Olympia. It wouldn't surprise me. Dude, if Derek Lunsford and Hadi became Mr. Olympia, Martin can become Mr. Olympia. He has that potential. There's no doubt in my mind. And when you're a Mr. Olympia, as Fouad pointed out, dude, you have a target on your back. You have a million people hating on you, talking shit about you. Even if you're the greatest person with the greatest physique, they are going to destroy you, some of these people. So
Derek Lunsford.
You got to
say, people are still talking shit about Derek Lunsford.
So
he's a family man, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, if you're gonna hate his physique, that's fine, but like, you can't hate him something.
Jimmy. What's up, Jimmy?
Hi, Jimmy.
We missed you. I want to show the Sarah thing real quick because this aspect of it kind of disturbed me. Yes, I'm disturbed. So somebody from the clinic in Brazil, reached out to her, supposedly, and they gave her detailed information about procedures and who had them done. Which that breaks. I'm not an expert on the HIPAA, and then maybe it's different in Brazil, but you can't disclose private medical records of patients like that. That is a big, big violation.
Yeah, if that was in the U.S., that person would have lost their job. There would have been lawsuits filed. I don't know the legality down in Brazil.
Yeah, you can't do that.
What? Let it go. Just let it go.
But then, and she also said here, she limited her public comments about the side effects to Natalia because she didn't want to implicate multiple athletes and connected individuals. So that sounds like she knew about a few other big name people that this person in Brazil said had it done there, but she was only interested in destroying Natalia. So that's who got leaked, was Natalia's info. Not cool, guys. Come on.
As the bodybuilding world continues.
Yeah, as the thong, what is it? What is Dan Dillon always says, as the thong turns or something?
The thong turns, bro.
I've never heard that one before.
It's a good one. I mean, it is drama. I mean, there's not, I'd say these last 3 months were the worst in terms of shit talking and gossip and clickbait because there's nothing going on. When we don't have contests going on, all these channels, we got to think of shit to talk about. We got to think of, we have to come up with stuff because it's not like you can shut down your YouTube channel or your Instagram page for 3 months. You got to keep more days. I mean, I try to do interviews with people that maybe I wouldn't get to during the competitive season. I try to do something that's not, I don't go for clickbait. So what do you guys, this is the last thing, what do you consider clickbait? What does clickbait mean to you?
I think it's a caption, thumbnail or whatever that's like that could potentially be disguising what the content is just to kind of get you on there. And usually it's all like negative or controversial stuff.
Yeah.
Like the 150-pound kids being like, check out my 3 gram a week cycle. Like, you're going to click on that. You know what I mean? Like, guy messes with the wrong police officer and gets what he deserves. And you're like, well, what did he get? And you click on it. You know what I mean? Or it's something to just create engagement. So people just duke it out in the comment section.
It backfires because I'm guilty of clicking on some shit too, because it sounds great. Or it's like 4 or 5 minutes into like an interview or an hour into an interview to where there's just a snippet of they say something, they just cut that piece out and put it up there, right? But it's the way of the world, man. Unfortunately, or fortunately, social media is never going away. And I can only see as the years go by, it's going to get worse and worse, especially with AI. You know what I mean? And bodybuilding, which I'm not to digress, but I wouldn't believe any freaking picture now on the internet. What AI did to my physique was I'm hooked. I would never post a real picture ever again. Like I would look like Mr. fucking Olympia, bro. I was motivated, but it's just with AI and the clickbait, it's a weird time, man. It's only going to get weirder.
I got to find yours, Mike, because you put a good AI one of you up there.
Dude, that was, I told Manny, go give me 10 pounds. And I'm like, holy shit.
You only have one. You have two. Do you have two Facebooks, Mike?
No, just one.
Yeah, one,
I think.
Oh, here's you. I gotta stop chuckling so much, but it's hilarious. Let me show you Mike. I'm not even sure who all these other people are supposed to be. It's Mike on stage. It's a fake picture, obviously. Can you see? So that's Mike with the little Breon afro.
No, I'm actually right. I'm on the far right.
Oh, that's right. There you are. Oh, my bad. Oh, now I really I've done
guy. That is Jimmy Canyon. Remember he turned pro at the
I remember
02 Nationals.
So lightweight?
Lightweight. Yeah, this is from the 2001 Battle of Champions in Middleton, Ohio.
This was an amateur show?
Yeah.
Wow. So whose body was that your face is on?
That's me, 10 pounds heavier.
Oh, okay. Because that looks like Dennis James on the left, kind of.
Dude, AI is fucking wild. Look at that shit.
Loving. Oh, there's the other one. Look at that.
Holy shit.
Great.
Dude, I need that shit. Did you download? I need to figure out how to do this. Soon.
No. She pays for Chat GPT. I don't know if she did it, but I told her, add 10 pounds to my body. And that's what it came up with.
Good stuff.
I did one on mine with like my Instagram like profile pic. I took that and plugged in the Chat GPT and I said add 40 pounds of muscle. It looks like it's 150 pounds. My head's like this big.
Is that on your Instagram?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I guess I gotta see.
It looks so foolish.
Let's see.
That's just wild shit, man. I can do that. I love looking at this picture, bro. I can keep this up like for hours.
Yeah, I would stare at that all the time.
Yeah, so scroll down, Ron. It'll be there.
Well, there's you getting married. Okay.
Yeah, best day of my life.
Keep going.
Yeah, you'll see it because it sticks out like a.
It'll be outrageous.
With
some of these look like they are AI, but that's really you.
Oh shit!
Is my picture not there? Did I get reported?
What were you showing too much ass cheek or something?
No, what the hell?
How long ago was this?
It was it's showing up on mine. It was like the one where I was in Texas. You gotta go way up more. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's six rows down. It's
let's see. Okay, so let's start from the top.
I'll go down. I think it's right there. Next to the stick video.
Stick video.
All the way to the left.
Duh.
Go up.
You showing the? Oh, there we go. Okay. See, but why couldn't they make your head like bigger to make it look more?
Why it didn't do
that is fucking great. AI is wild.
I wouldn't be able to function.
Dude, look at that.
I want to tell you what I consider clickbait is when the thumbnail and or the title have nothing to do with what's in the actual video. Like I saw some guy from, I don't know, Middle East or India. He interviewed Samson Dauda at, I think, the Dubai Expo. Anyway, the thumbnail of the video was Samson with his mouth open like he was speaking, and it said, "I spend this much money on gear."
I saw that.
Oh, I saw that.
And that was never. He didn't talk about gear in the video. He certainly didn't talk about how much he used. There's another channel that I wanted to report them because they made me so angry. They have these thumbnails. It was a picture of Jay Cutler, and the title of the video and the thumbnail said, the title of the video was "Why Jay Cutler Hates Chris Bumstead." And in the thumbnail, it had Jay saying, in quotes, "He's a drug addict," which he never said. And the video had nothing to do with Jay Cutler. it was kind of like a retrospective of Chris Bumstead's career up to that point. But that's clickbait to me, is when they get you to click on something, it's disingenuous. They're totally
it's extremely misleading.
They're totally scamming you. They fooled you into watching something.
Ron, how do you pick the titles of your videos, and or not to have clickbait, but enough to attract an audience?
I tell you, if you don't have a little clickbaitiness to it, no one's going to click on it. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a whole section of YouTube dedicated to supposedly helping YouTube creators, get more views and subscribers. And a lot of those channels are hugely successful. And, I used to watch, there were times when I would spend hours a day watching these videos. Like, especially when I came back with this channel after MD, I was like, shit, I got to figure out how to make this YouTube thing work fast, because I don't have too many other options at this point. And I'd say a lot of them were telling you, there's all these little tricks. There's a million tricks that the top YouTubers use. Like, you're not supposed to have more than 4 words in the thumbnail. That's it. They don't want it. Because people have no attention span. They have no time. The font has to be very easy to read because those things on your phone look like they're like that big. It has to catch your eye, even though it's tiny. And the title of the video has to make you want to watch it. So I think the bottom line is, you have to make people feel like if they don't click on that video, they're really going to feel like they missed out on something. You have to make them feel like, shit, I got to know what that's all about. So you have to hook people in somehow.
It's a whole thing, and then who would have thought, like 2019 or 2015, like this would be like this? That shit. I thought magazines would be around forever.
Yeah, well, work out all together, and I don't think Mike's in Tampa.
Come on down. It's 80 degrees this week.
This is an hour away from me, so that's not impossible. But my old ass can't hang with Chris Pantano in the gym guy.
No, wouldn't even attempt that shit, bro.
Maybe on like calf day or something, I could.
I'll change your weights, like we're in Dubai or some shit.
Yeah.
a weight caddy.
Yes,
I will be doing some road trips, because my gym is shutting down for 2 weeks while they move to a new location. So I'll be doing a little home training and some road trips. So you train at Impact Fitness in Auburn, Chris, right?
Yeah, Impact and Uncaged in Worcester.
Uncaged. I probably would go back to Uncaged. If I'm going to be in that area, I got to show a little love to Cody, and Bria's off in, I think she's still in Poland with she's in the Army.
Yeah, she's deployed.
But that's a really great gym.
Yeah.
What's James weight caddy?
Who's moving all the weights that sounds like a pain in the ass job, moving like free weights from gym to gym.
Oh, it's not even the weights. It's this is funny. The first thing he did was take down all the mirrors to move a lot of the mirrors to the new gym. And that was like at least 2 weeks ago. And my son made an interesting observation. He goes, you notice, as soon as the mirrors were gone, almost all the girls stopped coming to the gym. Like, shit, you're right. It's like 90% dudes in there since they took the mirrors down.
That's hilarious.
He took a lot of the flooring off, so there's like bare floor now. They're going to move all the machines, but it was the right thing. There was no way he was going to move. It's huge. It's like, this place is like the size of a football stadium.
Oh, no shit.
It's different sections, so it's a lot of shit to move. But yeah, we'll be doing some. Yeah, this last reps, the weight caddy. So in Thailand, Dennis James used to have a guy follow him around in the gym, and his job was to load the plates, take the plates away, bring him his dumbbells. So Dennis never had to pick up a weight unless he was training with it.
That's great, man.
I think that's how it is in Oxygen Gym.
Yeah,
I think so too. They have like staff that do everything over there, from what I've heard.
I don't know, man. Like, I guess if you get used to it, if it's the thing, but it's just you're so used to just changing your own weights and doing all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, having some dude move my way, I would feel a little, that's not cool.
They're going to do it if the gym's got it, and they're going to do it for you anyway. I'm not going to say no, but
no. You need a little jack, not like a little skinny dude. Like,
it is.
Waits for maybe a little jack dude kind of do it.
I think in Dubai,
or something.
It's all Filipinos in Dubai. I think that they have. I've heard that they're making like $1 an hour or something, but
poor guys. That's so bad.
It goes a long way back, and when they send their money back to the family back in the Philippines,
they're making billions in Dubai. The dude's getting like 50 cents to change a 100-pound plate.
Yeah, All right. Well, we've diverted from our main topic, and that's fine. We always do. So I'll try to think of something good for next week. You guys, in the comments, let me know what you want to hear us talk about, because I'm always open to suggestion. That's what we're here for. You can't follow Mike on Instagram, I guess.
No, Mike the Ghost, man. Go see me every Wednesday.
You can follow Chris Pantano Squats and Ron Harris Muscle. We're always there and willing to take new followers on. It's like if the coaches say, I got 3 coaching spots left. Sure you do. I got room for 3 more followers. That's it. After that, I'm capping it off. So, yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Chris. Great time as always. Hopefully, Jimmy will be back next week. I still want to talk to him about training with Rich Gaspari sometime, but I'm going to see if I can dig up pictures and videos of it too, because talking about training is one thing, but when you could see you could see something that was actually happening in the gym, it just adds another level of excitement to it. So anyway, thank you guys, and thank you all for watching. Drop a comment below. Let us know what you think. Give me some ideas, things you want us to talk about. If you want to just tell us how great we are, how much we suck, that's fine too. All the comments are good. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching another episode of the Meathead Podcast. We will see you